got to brake the car hard enough and late enough so that the car downshifts so that you can get first gear acceleration as you head through. If you carry the momentum, because the tires have plenty of grip to them, all right, you can carry enough momentum that the car is not going to downshift, but the traction control will engage. So it'll be a whole big bad scenario for your lap time, because you'll go to the throttle, you'll be in second gear, you'll have lower revs, and it won't accelerate. So make sure that you get the car slowed down good and firm. Carry the brakes, do a little bit of an outside shot of the corner with a late apex, and as you come across that start-finish line, make sure you're thinking about unwinding the wheel. Even if it's for a little bit of an advantage like this, by unwinding that wheel, it allows that tire to do that much more. Quick relationship for you, think about a string tied around my big toe, right up to the bottom of the center of the steering wheel. Anytime I'm turning the wheel, my toe needs to come off of the controls. Anytime I'm going down on the throttle, my hands need to straighten up, or if I'm going to the brakes. Okay? A tire can only do one thing at 100%, so you're asking it to split those abilities. Keep that in mind, and any time that you're going into the corner when the car is pushing in tight, you're overusing one of these controls down here. Alright, I'm going to let the video get started to do its loop. While it's doing its loop, fire some questions at me if you have them. Anybody? Come on guys, I'm not that good. It's a lot of information second. Fire away.
What's the best lap time so far?
The index changes throughout the day, so I really don't know, because I know it's probably gotten a little faster as the air temperature has changed. Really the way that it works, your fastest time, even though that's a neat bit of information, it's more important what's the current index time. And you can see that at the top of the leaderboard out of the golf course. Right off the top of my head, I don't know what the time is because I kind of came from somewhere else right over here. We reset the index pretty often, and I can feel the air temperature changing. I don't know if you guys noticed it just in the amount of time that we've been sitting here. So the index is going to be reset very, very soon. Staging lane, very, very important part. You can't get lazy in the staging lane area when you finish across the finish line. You want to accelerate all the way through the finish. I don't want you to stop early, right? Checkered flags need to be here before you come off the gas pedal. But you've got to get the car slowed down and get it under control for multiple reasons. It's not just the safety mindset, we don't want you to run anybody over, but you can't lose your focus, because all of the cones count everywhere on the course. They're all 2-second penalties. I've seen a national SCCA Solo 2 champion come in after a checkered flag lap that was a very high score, roll over the base of the cone, and it was a 2-second penalty. Now, I'm sure there was a heated argument, but he knew that he was wrong. All the cones count. Is anybody on this side autocrossing? Anybody autocross on a regular basis? Yeah? If you autocross, you might be familiar with the idea that the cones get a square drawn around the bottom of them, and you can run real close to them. Some autocrossers are good enough to run over the base of the cone without kicking it out of the box. Well, we're going to do things a little bit differently here. This is not our first rodeo. We know what we're doing, and we're not going to go out and pick up cones unless we have to, so we have screwed the cones down to the ground. Just because you don't see a cone flying up in the mirror behind you does not mean that we did not catch the hit. That's why there's so many people positioned out on that course. Not only can they see when the car runs over the cone, but there's a very distinct sound, especially to those that are drilled in the ground and have slits cut in them. So, if you run over a cone, it's a 2-second penalty anywhere on the track. Alright, let's start this video. I'll try to give you a real hard acceleration off that brake torque, jog through the slalom, still full throttle. I'm thinking about my diagonal braking. Going to apex, hard braking and diagonal, keep the car outside, going back to throttle, squeezing full throttle, set up to the left, jog in, hard brake, settle the car, ease back onto the gas, full throttle through here, into the slalom. Remember the second part of the slalom, here doesn't matter, get around the third, over into hard braking, straight out, outside shot, full throttle acceleration, keep the car over to the left-hand side. Easy, right? Alright, I'm going to let the video play, but feel free to fire some questions. And anybody that's got a competition time coming up soon, realize that the competition tent has the video playing the whole time. Alright? Any other questions? Anybody? Fire away. The hard braking is going to be right here. You see the pack-pin turn? You do the first jog, you get into that section, and you've got to compromise way earlier than you think. Alright? The idea is, I call it the pac-man. If you draw a circle around the backside of the corner, which is mouth, right at the apex of the pac-man corner, see if I can stop the video when it comes to it, that's where you're going to be coming back onto the throttle. Okay? Good firm brakes, ease back into the throttle. If you don't get that brake there, the slalom is going to be a complete handful. Yeah, it's going to be really bad. If you don't hit cones, you're going to have to use the brake in the slalom. Say it again.